And we're live.
We are live. It's so exciting. Glad to be back. Episode 3. Can you believe it? It's going by quick.
It's the Return of the Jedi.
Exactly. And you'll notice something different if you're watching this on YouTube today. There is a third seat. There is a third mic. We are going to have our first in-studio guest, which is so exciting.
Oh, so it's not a ghost, thank God.
It is not a ghost. It is the spirit of, somebody passed.
Yeah, I was like,
yes.
oh, shit. Wow.
That actually would be a fun thing to do, a ghost episode.
Like a seance or something?
Yes, like a ghost hunting episode. Have you seen those before?
Oh, yeah.
You're into that stuff.
The occult or the supernatural
The
stuff?
supernatural stuff, yes.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm kind of into it. I believe it on some level.
Because what we're talking about is energy, and energy never dissipates. It lasts forever. So, like, your spirit will always be there.
Yes.
And it transcends. It transcends this body.
Which is very exciting to think. And you know what? That idea is actually a great thing, because if you are somebody who believes there's nothing after death,
right,
it's kind of a disappointing way to look at life.
Yeah, you get to be interviewed by us if,
yeah.
if you do believe.
So exactly. What's it like in heaven?
Yeah, exactly.
Or what's it like in hell? We better know that, right? Actually.
Hopefully Dad's dishing.
Screw that shit. We're
right?
going to hell.
No, I can't.
Oh my gosh. So how are you? Today we are taping. I have to tell you, I was running a little late today, trying to fit in as much as I possibly can.
You're an entrepreneur also now.
Well, exactly.
You're a store owner.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And you're like, what? So I get it. So
it's
absolutely.
Craziness. Yeah. And then it's trying to keep everything, our lifestyle, all of that together, grocery shopping. And you know what? It's not as easy anymore. I went to get paper towels today at Wegmans, and you still can't get them.
Really?
They were completely sold out.
Wow.
Is that not crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I
don't know why. I don't know why. But Wegmans is cool.
Yes, Wegmans is a great place.
Wegmans is like the mothership of all grocery stores.
It really is. And you know what? This winter, I obviously spent some time down in Florida, and I have to say, none of the grocery stores really match up to that Wegmans vibe, that Wegmans feeling.
No, you don't get it.
Yeah.
They suck dick.
If they did that, I'd be there every day.
There you go. Perfect.
You would be too. Yes.
Like,
single fathers everywhere. Yes. All right. So that being said, what else is going on with you? I know that last week we had a very fun time. We went out to Exo Taco after on Thursday nights, our new Thirsty Thursdays.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. So we went to Exo Taco, which was really fun.
Yep.
It's been great because we've been able to get together after the show. 2 weeks ago, we went to York. We've been having a blast doing this. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and we're doing it, in the spirit to have some fun.
Yes.
And kick off, what do we say? Wind up to the weekend?
Wind up to the weekend. Kelly, our producer, came up with that, and it's such a great idea because, truthfully, isn't that what Thursday night is all about? There's one more day of work. Get ready for the weekend.
You had to talk me into doing something on Thursday because I wasn't for it to begin with. I was like, Friday.
Yeah.
Do it Friday, Saturday. Because that makes sense.
You're an early morning guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what time do you wake up Friday mornings typically? You're like 10 a.m.
5:30.
Oh, 5:36. Yeah. Wow. I haven't seen 5:30 or 6 in a long time. No. I saw it from the other end coming home years ago. But that's it. I get up like 8 o'clock. I like to sleep. I like my 14 hours of sleep or else I'm a bitch.
14 hours?
No, I like a lot of sleep, though. I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're sleeping soundly the whole night?
Yeah, thanks to medication.
Oh, wow.
Not the Ambien, though. Not the Ambien. No, I take like a antihistamine that's supposed to help you calm down, and it helps you sleep.
Like
and it's not addictive. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. Exactly. Okay. It's a prescribed one, but it's not as addictive as Ambien or something like that.
Or MDMA.
Or Xanax. Or MDMA or cocaine.
I just, I get up because I'm excited. I can't wait for the morning to come.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that weird?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Like, is it time to get
That's kind of the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Like, that's amazing.
What? No, I mean, I wasn't always that way.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely took some time for me to like get into that sort of mindset. But I just want to wake up and I just want to get to town. I want to get moving.
Now, you were a military guy, correct? So do you think that helped formulate that lifestyle of structure and the bed's made when you wake up and you get up early, you shower for 30 seconds and get ready for the day?
I was already like that growing up because I had a military. My stepdad was in the military. He was in the Army.
Yes.
So that and my mom just said, you're not going anywhere until you make your bed. It was the first thing that I did every single day.
Parents, wait, Take this. Aha moment, parents. Start your children in that lifestyle of you wake up, you make your bed first thing. That is huge.
Yep.
Continue.
Well, there's a whole
Please.
there's a whole TED talk on making your. It's like written by some admiral, some Navy guy.
Really?
Or maybe he's not an admiral, but some high Navy officer basically talked about the importance of making your bed. And why? Because it should be the very first thing that most people do, because it's the first thing you got to do when you get up. You make your bed, you go brush your teeth, right? It's just things that you have to do in order to have. It's just the order of the universe. You know what I mean? You got to do those right things in order for good things to happen for your day.
And not to interrupt you, but that it's all about being organized. And I find, even though I'm no longer in that classic work schedule of Monday through Friday, Sunday night, I like to get my laundry done. Everything's put away. My room is clean and organized for the week ahead. So maybe there's a couple days I come home, switch out of an outfit, switch out of gym clothes and put on an outfit and throw the gym clothes in the corner. But by the end of the week, it is organized and clean and everything is washed every single week, which I think is a lifestyle trend that we need to all embrace.
And you brought it up. How's the gym? What have you been doing?
You know what? I've been working out at home, so but still working. I have not gotten to the gym yet. Now, I saw you were at the gym.
Yes.
Wearing a face mask. How does that feel?
It's awful.
Yeah,
I almost
it's
passed
gotta
out like
be.
3 or 4 times.
It's got to be. Yeah,
No,
I would
but I'm
think
so happy just to be there, to be honest, because I didn't have the amount of weight that I needed. Nor, different machines and stuff that I would normally use, like the stair climber.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't do the stair climber, I have to tell you, like, it's believe it or not, I believe it's better than running, because it gets your heart rate so jacked up going upstairs. And just, and if trust me, if you don't think it does, just jack it up and your heart rate will get really, really up there,
Meanwhile, I'm the person who avoids stairs at all costs. At the house, we have tons of stairs. Everywhere you go, there's staircases.
Oh, that's right.
And I literally will think, okay, I'm going upstairs. What can I bring with me now so I don't forget anything? I have to go back down and back up the stairs. It drives me crazy.
But doing the stair climber at least 3 times a week has improved my running. So my run times, people say, well, Joe, how do you get under a 7-minute mile and stuff, and I'm not a lean athletic runner.
I do know you do really fast runs, which is awesome.
It's because of the friggin' stair climber, because it helps me run in that higher anaerobic threshold as I'm doing a mile or 2 miles. But I don't run long distances, no more than 3.
Okay.
Because it's against what I want,
I've actually heard it said that runs past 30 minutes tend to not be even... They're counter-effective or not. Yes, it doesn't do anything great for your body beyond 30 minutes. Yeah.
Look what a long-distance runner looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, and people are going to hate me because I know people like to run those marathons.
I know. Well, it's a mental thing. It does. You get into the zone.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
But look at the body of a marathon runner, generally speaking. I'll take all the hate mail on this. Sorry.
Yes.
And then look at a sprinter.
Yeah.
Who's got the better body? My opinion, the sprinter.
Exactly.
Long, lean, beautiful muscle. Yeah. And, those that are running long distances, they look like they are emaciated.
I love this. So here's my question. Kelly, producer Kelly, does the Stairmaster affect his ass? It's already perfection, she says. I love it.
Thank you,
she had to think for that one. Yes.
Yeah, she did have to think.
But the Stairmaster, guys... The guys out there, if you are tuning in and you are a single father and you are out there dating, guess what? Ladies are looking at the tush.
Right.
Just as the guys are looking at the tush has become very popular.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't noticed this? Like, I feel like the whole Kardashian J-Lo movement of the tush.
It's too big.
Has made the, oh, really? I like where this is a name for the episode.
Well,
episode 3, the Tush Talk.
Tush Talk during COVID.
Yes, exactly.
No, I think, in my opinion, it's just that's too much. And I like a nice butt. I like a bubble butt. Totally. Like, it's got to be present. I don't like flat butts. I don't like skinny butts.
Yes.
It's got to, be
Your
present.
anaconda don't want none of that.
Exactly, right?
Okay, yeah.
But when it's just too big, and I believe that they're enhancing it through the doctor, I think that's bullshit. I think that's gross.
Well, have you heard the scary things about like women who have gone, people who have gone in like Miami and they had Fix-A-Flat put in their butt by this doctor? Fix-A-Flat. Can you imagine? Like, I can't even imagine putting Fix-A-Flat in a tire, let alone my ass.
The best part is that they paid probably like $5,000.
Oh, I'm sure. They're like, look, I'm going to have a new booty.
Yeah, and the doctor's like, motherfucking Fix-A-Flat.
Exactly. Oh, really? So Dr. Nassif on Botch, Kelly, our
Oh, yeah.
producer, says that is an absolute no-no.
Yeah,
I said not to do
The
any
ass
fillers,
the
any
ass filler.
cements, or
Yeah.
anything like that. Yeah,
It's true. Well, naturally, I mean, cement, if you think about that.
almost every single one, it's like either some crazed doctor or they're like down in South America, not to dog those guys. You
Yeah.
know, but like, I went to Mexico to go get this done, but then the guy was putting cement in my face or some nonsense like that. I'm like,
Yes.
what are they thinking? You know?
You know what? I don't know. I have to say it's a scary thing, but I do like the conversation. I like where it's going, and I like the idea. Coming up in a few weeks, we have an episode. We're talking to the date doctor again, and talking about dating during COVID, which is so awesome because these are all the things that you don't really get to see right now during COVID because we aren't meeting people at bars. You're seeing it all online.
Yep.
So are you putting that picture on that your tush is showing?
Right.
But really, there's no tush there.
And,
the
and
old
here's what I was
catfish.
thinking. It just popped in my head. Where were they meeting? So it's like, yeah,
Yes.
well, we can't go to the bar to hang out or a restaurant to hang out. You're going to have to come over to my place, baby.
Yes. Well, do you know what? Actually,
So-
that's
so you get-
that's a real concern.
Are they getting to home base a lot faster than normal?
Yes.
As opposed to the traditional courting of like, having to like,
Yeah,
take someone out for dinner and stuff. Now you just show up, you throw up some Triscuits
and say, hey, let's go to bed.
bedroom's right over here.
The bedroom's right over here. And also, what risk is that?
Exactly.
And I have to wonder if crime in that way is up because of COVID, that people aren't able to go to restaurants to meet somebody, so they are going to people's houses.
There's protests all over the place. So,
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's another reason. I'd like to go to Applebee's tonight for a date, but there's a protest out front.
Yeah. It's kind of violent.
That's the age we're living in.
Although it would be very exciting.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Absolutely. It would be very exciting.
So I like
So,
that.
yeah. So I'm excited to talk about that episode. What's that, Kelly?
You could go to a protest
A protest for
for your
your first date. I like that.
that's
And then you have the same political beliefs, the same morals, the same everything if you're going to the same protest, unless you're doing one side of the protest.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Blue Lives Matter.
Yes. Are you
And
going
then
to?
Black Lives Matter. And then, they clash. That'd be really
Are
funny.
you going to the abortion protest? Yes. Wah wah.
Which side
Wrong
of the-
one.
Well, it depends which one you're behind. Oh,
So,
my gosh.
yes, absolutely. That would be interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So, but what else is going on with it?
What else is going on? Well, I do want to talk about certain things that are going on with the show. I want to reiterate a couple things. If you have been listening to the show on one of the many platforms out there
We're on
now,
Apple Podcasts now, baby.
Apple Podcasts, so exciting. Woo, woo. All right,
Good job,
we're
our
doing that.
production team.
Yes. And of course, we're on many other platforms for podcasts. Spotify. And let's see, what else? I know there's Spreaker, all of those places. You can find Dad's Dishing. So look for it, click Dad's Dishing. But the other exciting thing, if you don't know this yet, we're taping the show for YouTube as well.
Right.
So
So you
tune
get to
in.
see the beauty.
You can
Dad's
see
Dishing.
the many weights of Scotty D.
And Joe.
I go up and down more than Oprah. Okay, it is like one season I am fat, the next season I'm a toothpick. Well, I wish I was
I
a
know.
toothpick.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're very hard on yourself. And
Well, it's a hard thing.
to be honest, I think you just got comfortable. I think you just like, you're in the relationship,
yes.
you're in love, and then it's just fun to go out
It's
and
so
have
true.
drinks and listen, I get it.
Love ruined me. It ruined me. It ruined me. It did. It really did. It destroyed me.
You got to be uncomfortable. I was talking to my friend yesterday who's my trainer.
Yes.
His name is Nam Lee. And
Oh, I know Nam. Yeah.
he's-
Okay.
I mean,
Very
this
cool.
guy-
Very
wanna
talented
hear
guy.
a funny story?
Yes.
We had to do a bachelor. I volunteered to do some sort of like bachelor auction thing.
Oh, you volunteered. You volunteered.
Well, I was a little portly. I was probably like 240, 250 at the time.
God, you must have looked like me.
So
Thanks, asshole. I was a little portly. I was your weight.
Well, I didn't know that. You're,
I was a little less than you weigh now.
stop. So anyway, though, so Nam and I are hanging backstage, and we're both saying how nervous we are because we have to like walk out into the
You're like,
stage.
because I'm fat now. So I get
so all these like there's women there, and they're there to like like bid on you and stuff for like.
Were men able to bid as well? Because I would have been front and center.
I didn't
For
see
now.
a man.
No, for
I
you.
didn't see a man. I just saw, I just saw women. But so anyway, like, So like Nam and I are in the back, and we're just
Yes.
we're like, oh shit, we're so freaking nervous.
They're
And-
both doing push-ups, getting their bodies ready
No,
for
actually, you know what? We're doing shots of Jack Daniels.
Okay,
So
smart.
like, we had, because I needed some liquid courage to go out there and just act dumb, like go out
Yes.
there and strut around and pose, and
Oh my
and hopefully
gosh.
somebody will freaking have pity on me and bid. So Nam is before me.
love this. Yeah.
So yeah, which thinking of it, I didn't think much of it because he's in good shape and he had like a tux on or something like that.
Yes.
And then I'm backstage. And it's Ted and Amy hosting.
Oh my God,
and,
love
and
them.
then they're
Yes.
like, oh, here's Nam Lee and ever. And he goes out there and the girls are like, ooh. And then before you know it, they start like the crowd is going crazy. They're roaring. They're like, oh, and they're like screaming. And they're all
Did
the
he
girls,
take his clothes off?
That's what I realized. I was like, what the fuck's he doing? So I like peeked around the corner and his shirt's open and he's 6-pack abs and he's just going crazy.
You're
and I'm
like, oh no.
that's exactly it. I was like,
no.
I gotta follow this. I'm like, oh my God, this
Yes.
is so shitty. So yeah, so then next I came out and then
You're like, I better present the thunder from down under.
Like I'll beat him.
Yes, I'll beat him. I will. Oh my God, that is actually an awful thing to
It
go
was
through,
awful.
especially when you're not feeling your best.
Oh my God, I
Even
know.
though I'm sure you looked great, when you
Thank
don't
you.
feel your best, it's a
I
hard
had a
thing
nice new
to go
suit
out there
on.
and
I
do
remember
that.
I did what I could.
Yeah.
I just went ahead and just ran around and acted like a and somebody did bid on me, which is cool.
Which is awesome. What was
like-
the winning number? Do you remember?
Like $1,000.
Because that has always been my fear. People have mentioned it to me before, and I'm like, first of all, I don't want to go on a date with any ladies because I'm not going to put out ladies. Second of all, I
could just
don't
go have fun.
want to do that.
Have a meal.
Yes, you can go have a meal, but people get around this and they can't resist themselves.
Like, oh, Scotty.
Yes, but that would be
I
my
thought you were
fear
just
that
kidding
I
around
didn't.
with that whole gay thing.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to trick him. I'm going to be the one that changes him.
I think
That's what
women
every
do
woman
think that.
wants. Oh, yeah. Oh, every woman believes they can change
Because
you.
you get fan mail
Oh.
from women that are like,
Like, yeah, I love you. Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah.
love you. And
Oh, it's crazy. Women, they. I have female groupies. Yes, this is exciting.
Really?
Girls, I'm not going to do it, so don't. Well, try hard. Yes. You know what? Here's the thing. If you are a billionaire, I can do a lot of things.
so Oprah.
So
We're back to
Oprah,
Oprah.
I'm going to sleep with Oprah. She's going to be my first. All right. So what are we talking about today on the show? Let's talk about that. Where are
talking
we
about
going?
art. We're talking about art and, why art?
Why art, yes.
Well, I think that with all of the budget cuts, the coronavirus that's been
Huge.
going on, kids at home, they
Yeah.
may not be getting the proper art creativity outlets that could be provided in a typical home setting. But today's guest is my dear friend, Patty Stevens. And
Yes.
we've had her on before. And she comes up with some of the best ideas for kids to be able to, do cool art from
Yeah.
home and stuff and projects that she's doing.
Which is great. What's great about Patty, too, is that she has worked in many of the school districts around New York, which is awesome.
Right.
And she can talk to you about creating your own curriculum with the kids. So this is an important episode to listen to today, for sure, because as we go into fall, who knows what we're going to see.
And before we do that, though, we got to talk about our sponsors. Okay?
Yes, we do. Cafe Kubal. I'm drinking their iced tea right now. It is absolutely fantastic. I love it.
Cold brew. It's the best coffee to have in all of Central
Yes.
New York. It's, we've been there. They roast the beans right on site. It's freaking amazing. I fucking love Cafe Kubal. Can I say that? I hope Matt
I think you
doesn't get
can.
mad at me.
I think you
'Cause
can.
Matt, like if I curse around him, he'll be like,
Yes.
he makes a little,
Like,
but
oh, you're
he's like-
cursing.
He's
Okay.
like, oh, why is he saying it like that? Because he's an elegant man.
Yes. Well,
he's
you're an
very
elegant man, too.
Yeah, but I'm like, motherfucker, I love Cafe Kubal.
I fucking
I
love
this
Cafe
coffee."
Kubal. Yeah.
And I'm like the only Colombian in Syracuse. So
I know.
I think I can go ahead and say it.
You are not the only Colombian. I promise you that.
There's
but
another one. There's my friend Michael out there that.
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully he's
See, there's
listening.
two Colombians in Syracuse. But that being said, I have to say, when I watch the process of how they do the beans here, it's absolutely fascinating. When they come in green. I
Right.
did not know that.
Yep.
They turn to roasted. They have a new location right down here where we shoot. Below us is a new coffee shop and sandwich shop. They're
Yeah.
doing a little food as well. So look for that on our Instagram, Facebook,
It's
on our
North
social media.
Townsend.
North
That's-
Townsend.
yep,
Thank
that's
you.
the name of the street where we're at.
And we would be remiss if we did not talk about our teeth and our dental care.
Absolutely. Northeastern Dental.
Yes.
Carla Fisher. We love her.
Love
And,
her so
yeah,
much.
she's awesome. And, the experience that is there. It's top notch.
Yes.
And again, the message is that they're taking care of families.
They're open.
They're
Yes.
open. They're COVID responsible. They have been this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been definitely doing what it is that they need to do in order to make sure that all their patients are safe. Their treatments are like state of the art. They can do teeth whitening.
Yes.
They can do the caps and the veneers and all the cosmetic stuff. But at the same time, just traditional dentistry they do as well.
Which is huge.
And they do like great like payment plans and stuff like that. So you gotta
Which
reach out to
a lot
them.
of times dental insurance, if you're a single parent out there, maybe dental insurance is not something you
Yep.
can afford. There are programs for kids in New York State, which is
Yeah.
an important thing to take advantage of. But one thing that, yes, yeah.
I was just gonna say I love that. I love payment plans.
Yes, a payment plan is
A
great.
payment plan is good.
Dental work is expensive.
Yeah.
So when you can find a dentist you can work with who will be patient and you can continue that relationship, that's huge.
Yeah,
This
that
is
is
the
huge.
place to go. And remember, during COVID, dental health cannot go to the wayside.
That's right, because if
It's
you're-
important to
remember
say.
I told you my I hate to even freaking admit this, but my
Yes.
gums were bleeding.
Your filthy gums,
Yeah, my
yeah.
filthy gums. They're okay now.
They're okay, good. All
Thanks
right.
to Northeastern Dental.
Perfect.
You
The
bastard.
filthy gums
Oh,
are
sorry.
fixed.
They're
It's
not
all
that
good.
filthy. I don't have halitosis. I don't think.
No, you do not. I'm
Well-
always very close to you, so I know.
Or I would have known because I'm wearing a mask all the time now.
Well, the nice thing, too, is during COVID, guess what? You're 6 feet away. Nobody can tell what you smell like. I've been eating garlic for the first time in years.
You could probably fart and nobody knows.
Oh, that is gross. Nobody wants to think about
And
that.
then you have the mask, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is actually good at the gym too, because guess what? Because I used to smell fuckers all the time. Not only are they stinking so bad with their
Oh my
underarms,
gosh, yeah.
they're also farting their asses off too. And I'm like, good lord! And if you're mid rep or set,
Yes.
you're like, you're crying. Yeah,
I'm
you're,
going to throw up.
you're gasping for air.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, you smell a sewer next to you.
This is a great time to bring our guest on. Ladies and gentlemen, from Shades of Orange, Patty Stevens. Woo! Patty Stevens. You're good. We're live. Come on in. We're taping now. All right. I'll do the COVID air kiss. Here, come sit right in the middle. Perfect. And we have a set of headphones for you here. So Patty Stevens, she is from Shades of Orange.
What's up with Shades of Orange? How have you been able to stay alive?
Well,
what have we been doing?
I've got a pulse. I'll put it
Okay.
that way. I don't know about alive, but
Yeah.
we're only operating at 33%.
Wow.
Because of social distancing. Because in my opinion, I mean, if I want to pack 20 kids in there, they all have to wear masks and can't move.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't want to do that to them.
No.
So everybody's distanced, 6.5, 7 feet away. And that way, if they have to use the bathroom or they want to come up and get paint or if they want to look at somebody else's stuff, they can.
Right.
But it's really hard to keep them, sitting that long
Sure.
to do that. But we've cut we used to do 3-hour camps. They were 90 minutes this time.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
mainly, I had to because I only have 8 kids, so I need to get 16 kids to survive. So.
And amazing you still had camps because a lot of
We were
programs
packed.
this summer were canceled completely.
Yeah.
Summer camps the works
We
for kids.
filled them.
Yes.
I'm in my last week right now, and we filled it, and it wasn't hard to
Wow.
fill because people. Knock on simulated wood.
Exactly. It's artistic. Somebody artistically
It's,
painted it. I think.
We had no problems.
Right.
There's times though, like people still have to get used to, like last summer, somebody wouldn't show up and I wouldn't think anything of it. Now, if they don't show up, there's phone calls made, and it's a little invasive. It's like, why is your kid not there?
I don't blame
Are
you.
you sick? Are you? Because I can't have any of that, and people are not.
Honest.
They're really good, but they're not in that place yet. And then let's not even talk about going to other states for like baseball tournaments.
Oh my
and
gosh,
things
yes.
like that.
And our family's still doing that. Are they still
Yes.
able to? How are they doing that if they have to quarantine for 2 weeks? Are they only going
They
to
don't.
states? Okay, they don't quarantine. That's
So-
what's going on.
They just make up rules. I
Oh,
think a
I
lot of
knew
people
it.
do
I
that.
mean, a lot of people are honest and tell me
Yes.
that that's where they're going.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that so much because I don't know.
Exactly.
All I have is we went through the whole thing. I was on a couple web pages during COVID trying to figure out what's the safest way to open. And what do you do about, I'm not going to have people sign something Like
That
'cause
says yes.
because that makes me look like I'm not going to do my part. Like obviously,
What do you mean?
Well, we're going to clean, we're going to sanitize.
There are all sorts of waivers out there now to do anything, really.
Yeah.
You're signing an additional waiver. Even in real estate, you're signing a waiver to look at somebody's home.
Yeah.
It's for liability
and
insurance and all
you
of
don't wanna
that.
do
We
that?
did it. I was advised to just go to my I went to my website and I put, there is still a risk. We're
Oh, sure.
low risk.
Okay.
But there is still a risk because there is.
But
Yeah.
you're
You
not.
know, but I said we sanitize after everybody leaves. We do the brushes. I mean, we clean that place 3 times a day.
Right.
We're doing our part. I have done everything. I've got all the paperwork. I've got everything that I'm supposed to have.
Fantastic. Good to know for
And
sure.
once again, her studio, Shades of Orange Art Studio, up in North Syracuse.
Driver's
Or
Village.
Drivers Village.
yeah.
That's the best way to describe it.
So, did you initially run
Circle
into
Drive.
Drivers Village was closed? Because a lot of
Drivers Village was closed.
okay, a lot of facilities
and-
ran into that where maybe they had a program that could run, but their facility was closed.
Well, after about a month, they allowed.
Okay.
So they could sell out of one spot, which happened to be where my spot was.
bingo, perfect. It worked out. It was
So
kismet.
I couldn't open, but we did like a pickup art.
Yes.
So every week we would say, this is what we have, and people would come, pick it up, and we'd run it out to their car, just like takeout food.
Perfect.
Only
Oh,
it was
that's so
takeout-
awesome.
It was like takeout art.
Yes.
And it worked really, really well.
Right.
And seriously, the only way I survived it is because they didn't charge me any rent for 4 months. So give it up.
That was
man.
very
Look
good.
at those verdicts, right?
That's
Right?
amazing.
Like,
That's
they do a
awesome that
good
they
job.
helped. Yes.
That's a really good thing.
First of all, I want to take a quick pause and let you take off your face mask
my
because
God.
I know how it is right now. I go to the grocery store, I put it on,
forgot I
and then I'm
even have
out
it
in the
on.
parking lot and I have it on and I hate it.
One
and so
side
I know that
bronzer, one
feeling.
side
Yes,
paint.
exactly.
I thought that was an ascot.
No, it's
I was
an
like, oh, how
ascot,
chic.
a gorgeous ascot, and I know how that is. I
My
want
old
to
age.
all
Started to cover it up like Nancy Pelosi.
I think we're yes, or that doctor who's always behind Trump who always
that with
wears
all
a
the
scarf. Yeah,
scarves?
she wears a new scarf every day. It's the craziest
Yeah, they're
thing.
like
50
Burberry
times.
or Gucci
She's
or
probably
Hermes.
worn about $50,000 worth of scarves
Absolutely.
to these meetings. Yes, and she's
That
probably
isn't me.
it's your face, Matt. All right, so now let's talk about as we go into school year. A lot of schools probably are going to start. They haven't said it yet. I know Syracuse City said they are delaying the start of in-person classes, so we're going to see some
JD
kids at
too,
home. JD
today,
too.
yeah.
Oh, just today. So. There is no art program at that point, correct? Because are they doing Zoom art classes? I don't know
it's
that
really
they
hard
are.
to do art classes on Zoom.
Yes, yeah.
We tried it at JD because I do an after-school program, and of course, all that got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I still owed them like 3 weeks here and other
Yes.
schools that. So we tried it on Zoom. But let me tell you about
my gosh,
30
yeah.
kids on Zoom trying to show them how to do something.
Yeah.
And, their 2-year-old sisters in the back, like screaming.
Seriously?
No one's on mute. It was just like I'm like, I can't do this.
No, that would be awful.
I think in music it's called a cacophony, right?
Yeah,
It's just
something
a,
like that.
a bunch of
Oh
just
my
noise.
gosh, I
I
love
call
that.
it something different, but we won't.
I have to say, did you see any parents doing funny things in the background in the Zoom call?
Oh,
that
God,
would be
yeah.
what I would love to watch, like Dad coming out of the room, like in his boxers.
The yanking of little children.
So
That
funny.
is hysterical.
Just like that. But
oh my gosh.
it's funny. But so we didn't do that. So what we did
Yes.
is we added our pickup art to anybody who couldn't finish the school year.
Okay.
So I have a separate page for that, and you have to be invited to go on there because otherwise everybody's getting all my PDF files
Yes,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. So we did it that way. So I let them go on to the because seriously, they only do small projects in the after school
Okay.
program.
Makes sense.
So
yes.
there's like over 30 projects on that page, and the parents loved it. At least that's what they told me. So
What made, as a business owner, like how did you strategize and realize, like, first of all, when all of this happens and when you're forced to shut down, what went through your head?
I was going to live in a cardboard box somewhere.
Really?
But it would be a well-decorated, colorful
It
cardboard
probably
box.
would win. Yeah, exactly.
It would be
Covered in art.
painted nicely.
Yes, exactly.
It was. I mean, I won't give up ever. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, no.
there's just no
I've known
way.
you 20 some odd years.
Yeah, I won't
and
give up. I'm a fighter.
Exactly. You are a fighter.
So
Yes.
I just, thank God for my creative mind. That's all I got to say. Because the things that I'm just like, how can I do this? How can I figure this out? So we did, we did the pickup art.
Okay.
And there were weeks that was great.
Yeah.
There were weeks that were okay, but it was able to just sustain me. Thankfully, I had a little bit of money in the bank because we were having the best year of our lives, of course. Thank you, COVID.
Yes.
And
fantastic.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I know.
I know.
Goodbye birthday parties. Goodbye everything that we make
Right.
money on.
Yes.
So we haven't done birthday parties yet.
Have you
but-
thought about doing them in home? No, I know.
Yes, I did do a couple.
Okay, yes, because
I did
people
a
are
couple.
still having kids together, having them come together for their children's parties, because life has to go on in
Right.
some capacity.
does.
It does.
And,
yes.
and we're doing the same, like, we are going to have them in the studio starting in September.
Very exciting.
And
Okay,
really
very
not just
fun.
talking
They're
about
just
fun, even
smaller.
though it is fun.
Yes.
It's educational.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just that
that's
the
just
kids
it.
don't
Yeah.
realize that
They don't know
it's
they're learning
educational.
stuff.
No, but the parents do. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Timmy's got some real creative
And
ability
I mean,
here.
I've had good kids this summer. They've done some amazing stuff. I sometimes can't believe what they paint.
Isn't
but-
that amazing? Because I
Yeah.
do believe art classes are so important because there are some people who are talented and it will pull them out. And then there are others like myself who have zero art talent.
Yeah,
Like I
but you
cannot
probably
draw
do.
anything. Well, I can decorate and I can do
Yeah.
that
That's
sort
a
of thing.
talent.
Yes.
You can put things together, so
Yeah.
you do have
That's
an
my
artistic eye.
artistic eye. Yes. But I can't color or paint or
I'm
print.
really
Yes.
design oriented. So
Yes.
my whole background is all like architectural and things
Okay,
like that.
so that's fun.
It is, but I use it for the kids too, you know,
Yes.
and they do amazing things.
So,
That is
but
awesome.
speaking
do.
of that, have you seen any sort of like depressing sort of like COVID like pictures or drawings or
Not
anything to
really.
that effect?
They've-
Like that sort of like negativity that's going on in the world,
You always
hasn't that
have those
manifested?
dark kids.
Yeah.
That
You
hasn't
do.
manifested in any of the.
I didn't get a lot of
pictures?
dark kids this summer.
No Grim
Is
Reapers.
it-
As in,
yes.
no Grim Reapers.
Like
as
black
in- like,
tornado circles.
I used to have kids. There were kids that used to she used to draw these pictures of just her crying all the time, and it's so upsetting.
Oh,
I know.
It's like The Ring, right?
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And then she would draw that Momo, thing like that. And I
Oh
was
my
just
Jesus
gosh.
Christ.
okay,
You're like,
if
what's the
it's
matter? Nothing. I
Nothing,
just like
I'm
dark
fine.
pictures.
I love
Yes.
sunshine and rainbows.
Or like, I'm not drawing this.
Exactly.
I know.
Oh my
And there,
gosh.
but it's just been a different summer, and the kids have been older,
Yes.
which is I love.
That's
but
because then
they've
you can
been-
really see talent and give them
Yes,
direction and they
yes.
follow direction.
Oh, I know.
And they
I
want
have
to be
kids
there.
this
They
week
don't
that
look
are
at it as a chore. Yeah.
And 90 minutes goes really quickly. So
Absolutely.
there's no like trying to use up time or anything like that.
So you used to have like themes and stuff because when Frozen was big, it would
We
be
still
all
did
about
that.
Frozen. It'd be about like certain different things, you know. So
My alarm clock, because I didn't even know I was supposed to be here
it's
today.
time to wake up. What's
No,
that alarm
that
for?
was to let me know that my parking meter was up. Downtown, yes.
Well, how
Sorry.
responsible are you?
Yes. I'm like, I gotta go, kids. Bye.
We still did some themes, not as much because I didn't get a lot of little kids.
No
So,
COVID-inspired themes, like you know. Here's like the essential workers,
Like
like
all I-
Creative
cashier.
face
Like all I
Mask.
said every day is
Yes.
this is my sign. Mask.
Oh, yes.
Mask. Mask.
Now, when people draw pictures of their family, have you noticed that masks are going on
No,
the
it's
family
like
yet?
the kids are not even affected.
Which is great.
I gotta tell you, I think that everybody getting crazy about kids going back to school, I think they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I really do. Like you talk to people who have their kids in summer camp all summer, yet they're gonna homeschool them.
Yes.
I'm like, and why? Because they've been with people all
Right.
summer long, and seriously, they have to at least try.
Have you
Yeah.
been tested?
Yes.
Have you like what kind? The
The
nasal
no,
swab?
yeah,
Yeah.
the kind where it
She's
touches
like,
your brain.
STD.
Well,
No, COVID
Yeah,
testing, yes.
not you, you
yeah.
pervert. No, I just kind of like because I only had the nose one, but I wanted to know if I had the antibodies or
Yeah,
that sort of
no,
stuff.
I didn't do
So
that.
yeah, because that'd be interesting to see if at least maybe you came in contact with it.
I think that you were lucky to even get tested in the first place.
Seriously,
you know?
it's been
Like,
difficult to get tested. It
Well, I
really
paid for
has.
mine.
You did. You went out. You paid for
It's
it.
funny. Dolly says, "Oh, go to Well Now because you'll be able to like do
Yes.
the test for like And the minute I get there, they're like,
How much was it? Yeah. How much did you pay? Do you remember?
it was like $300.
$300.
It's a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So like,
I
it was
would have
like,
got a new belt. Forget that. I'm joking.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Well, it's funny because first of all, I didn't expect to pay at all.
Yeah.
So I walked in and I
Right?
was like,
I know.
in there, and then there's like a staff of people, and they're like, well,
Wow.
yeah. So they're like,
Is there a supermodel lane here? Because I want to be in that one. That
it was
cute.
it was like $150 for the test, and then like $150 for the lab work or whatever. And I'm like, are you kidding?
That
I was
is
like,
crazy.
How long did it
Okay.
take yours to get back?
huh?
How long did it take?
Like 3 days.
Yeah.
So
That's the crazy part, though. My nephew, he went to the doctor because he had just common flu,
Yeah.
symptoms. But they tested him for COVID, and they said, quarantine your family. But it took 3, 4, 5 days to get the results back. Like, so much can happen in 3 to 5 days
Right.
from being tested, and people aren't going out and
that's what people
quarantining.
aren't doing.
Yes, yeah,
Because my little granddaughter, 5 days before,
yeah.
had to she got tested. So I was like, okay, I'm
Did she
opening
cry?
my she's 2. Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no, what if I can't open the studio? Because
Right.
it was just thankfully it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
and what about Chelsea? How she dealt with your daughter? How she held up with everything?
she I think she would rather not homeschool. I think she's Chelsea works from home, so she's lucky.
Right.
Because she writes.
Right.
So she it's not really a problem, but when you're trying to homeschool and then you have a 2.5-year-old also,
Yeah.
when you're trying to
That's
it's-
difficult.
Quick question: what kind of writing does she do?
She right now she actually works for a guy out of Australia who sells all kinds of like pet products, and she does all the reviews on them and
Oh, that's
stuff
Wow.
like that. She makes and then she writes for a couple different blogs. She writes people's blogs and
That's
things like that.
amazing.
My
you know
son's getting
what?
into that.
She's
so
really
Yeah,
talented.
that's
That's the
interesting.
only reason I thought of that. So.
Yeah.
She's really talented. She writes some good stuff, and she loves it. So
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
think that has been the greatest gift that's come out of COVID is seeing how people in business and people are pivoting to create a space for themselves in the world.
That's what we did.
You had, what you have done because you saw a change in your business. You had to find a way to pivot and make it work with the current place in the world.
Oh,
Pointing
right.
to our whole team.
Yes,
because
our
we've
entire
all
team
pretty
has
much have done
pivoted to
that.
do that. Yes.
Sebi was like,
It's-
I think, I don't know, a brothel owner.
Yes.
He says a party planner, but I
A
think
party
he's-
planner, yes.
Back in my day, we just call that a pimp.
I knew you, Sebi. I knew I knew you from before. Yes.
He's like, I got this whole
But that's-
podcast business now.
Yes.
It's funny because that's what I told Kelly that. I said, if I was to go back and look at my plan for 2007 when we opened the studio, it's what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
Talk about
Yeah.
full circle.
Full
you know?
circle moment. Yes.
It was like,
Make it work.
so now we're doing, because I only wanted to do classes. I mean, birthday parties are fun. I love birthday parties, but
But those are difficult.
Yeah.
I can't even
So-
imagine. Yes.
Yes. So the classes are that is my love. That is
Yes.
what I love to do. So now we've invented Art Club.
Oh,
So now
fun.
you buy sessions in 4, 8, and 12, which I was going to do way back when, but no one would come.
Yeah.
But now that we've been open for 13 years, believe it or
You
not.
have a reputation that precedes you. Yes.
So people are signing up because they're not sure what's going to happen in the fall
How
for
do you
them.
scale that business? Because that's what I always think about. It's like, all right, then cool. There's a unique product that you're offering. How do you grow it? How do you scale it?
I'm still trying. I mean, thankfully, reputation is helping a ton. This summer helped a ton.
How do the kids get to the art classes? Is it all?
It's all Facebook, Instagram, things like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I mean, that's where those moms are.
But you
they're
know
on
what? That
Facebook.
has become a huge marketing tool for everyone.
Yep.
It just is because I can go on tonight and say I got 2 spaces for tomorrow and somebody will fill it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like where
That's
you didn't.
awesome.
But we weren't able to do that way before.
Right.
So I have to ask you a question. As we go into fall and parents are saying, oh my gosh, I can't stand being around my kids. I need things I can do. I want to do them at home. What are some tips you have for parents out there? Some free little shades of orange tips for those
You mean
parents
to
out
do
there?
like for projects?
To do
or-
for projects, what are some of the things you would recommend doing to fill some time and be
I
creative?
do put it up occasionally.
Okay, yes.
Because I'm a little on the money side right now.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
giving out a lot. Of
No,
stuff.
I don't blame you. No, absolutely. That's what it's about. But so people can, if they
Maybe-
buy into your programs, they get these tips, these ideas.
Yeah,
that
well,
they
that's
can.
what
Yes.
you know.
Is it
That's
the
one
number
of the
one thing?
plans. It's going to the PDFs and being able to download them for a small fee.
Okay,
like
yeah, which is
$2
yes,
or
yeah.
$3 or
Oh my
something
gosh.
like
So
that.
there you can like learn how to make slime, right? Which I know
Yes.
is like
Yeah, because
that's-
we can't do that in the studio right now because I can't have all their little hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
and
makes
you won't know what
sense.
mucus is as opposed to slime, and then
Right,
Timmy
or just
may be
like people are
sitting
asking
there
about
infected.
birthday parties.
I
Can you
can't.
imagine
do
blowing out
that.
candles?
or is that slime?
Mucus and slime. I can't deal with
What
it.
about blowing out candles? Like,
Oh my
you-
God, seriously.
You know, like they
Seriously.
do?
Oh my gosh,
There's
it's
just
true.
no way.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a while, like restaurants have stopped putting candles on cakes and things. If you bring them yourself, they won't fight you, but they've stopped it.
You had
We're
a,
actually
you had a
going
Oh,
big ass
to.
candle. At
I
your
had a
party.
huge
Yeah.
candle. A candle. It was one of those like fire torches. I felt like Kim Kardashian. I'm like, oh my gosh,
That was
look.
really cool.
It was awesome.
I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, whose birthday?
It
is
was
this?
absolutely fantastic. I just want one of those every night to be brought
Then he
to
comes
me
out.
with my
Like a
dessert.
Hannah Montana birthday
Yes,
party.
exactly.
It's like when she has that big cake.
It's
that flies all
huge.
over.
That's what I want. I don't know Hannah Montana, but I'm assuming
Dude,
you're
not.
correct.
You
I-
should have
I-
been in that. You
It
should have
wasn't
been
my
old enough to-
generation. It wasn't my like. I knew she
Were you
had a
too young?
show.
Were you too old or
I
too
was too
young?
old at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
Yes, I know. I know.
Well,
You
just
would think I
Miley
would know
Cyrus,
that.
so.
Yes, absolutely. But I didn't. Know, I wasn't of that age group. I just missed it.
My granddaughter watches it now.
Oh
so
my
I like
gosh.
have somebody to watch it with.
That's
It's-
awesome.
Yeah,
I think
You
Sophie and
love
Jake
it.
were into it.
yeah,
That
because
and-
Hannah Montana was our favorite.
Yes.
She
Oh,
was
how
fun. We did so
sweet.
many art things around her. Who knew, right?
It's the show's still on. It's not new shows. It's
Disney.
just yes. Okay. Disney Plus has been a huge help for kids and parents during this time.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
and I think that we will still be too. We're
For
going to
sure.
continue to do events. I'm not going to do them as often because I don't want to overkill. Because right now I'm doing 5 art classes a week for 7 plus an open studio. So they have 6 choices every week to go to it. So
Wow.
even if you're in gymnastics or whatever else, you still can buy 4 sessions.
And seeing that we've been in this cancel culture, by the way, where people are so quick to like say, nice mask guys and whatever. Any irate parents? Like, have you
Yes.
like seen some of that? Like,
Yep. There were people that wouldn't come because if the kids had to wear masks, and I'm like, well,
but
Come
then
on,
I'm
that's
sure
the
that-
name of the
I'm not going to
game.
put
Yes.
my business on the
Right.
the line for you. I mean, everybody has to wear them, but when they're sitting, they don't.
Are they falling on the red or the blue side? Do you think that they're kind of like? thinking
There's a
about that?
couple people that don't believe in it at all. Just don't think that think it's a hoax. I have a couple. I can't talk
Yes.
to those people though because
I've heard that too from
I
people.
have to just,
yes.
because I got to stay right in the middle and not spew all my stuff. But
Exactly. It's
you know-
You
yes.
said spew. We can say that on the podcast.
We
Can I
can,
say-
I think that's a legal thing to say everywhere.
Is that a bad word?
I don't think it is.
Spew.
I think you're thinking
it
of
bad?
a
I think you're
bad
thinking
way
of
to look
something
at
else.
it. Yes.
Spew.
Yeah, you're thinking of something else.
I think spew is right up there with moist for me.
It sounds better.
Yes,
I think.
it does. Yes.
Moist is better than spew.
No, I think they're both pretty bad. All right, so that being said, this is an awesome time for people out there who don't know what to do with their kids. They need a little break. They want their kids to have a creative opportunity. Shades of Orange, that's fantastic. You are so good about that. And as we go into fall, I really think we're going to see a lot of schools pull back and not have in-person classes. So you still want to keep art alive for your children, and this is a way to do it.
Yeah, because I don't think art's going to be part of the.
I
some
really
of it,
think
but
that
not
a lot of
lot.
art programs are going to be cut, period,
You
just
need-
because they need to find it in the budget.
money.
The budget is gone for these school
Yeah.
systems.
I love to draw. I'll never forget my high school drawing teacher or art
Yes.
teacher. His name was Mr. Inhoff. He was cool. He had a ponytail. I'll never
Yes.
forget him. And he always just encouraged you to go ahead and get outside of your comfort zone and try new things and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you know what? So I stopped drawing for a long time, but I'm creative in other ways. And I think that, it's a good catalyst. It's a good way to introduce creativity, which we need.
For sure.
You need it in your whole life. Everybody's going to do some sort of creativity.
Yep.
And,
There's a great book
For
that I
sure.
always recommend to people called The War of Art,
Yes,
by Stephen
you have-
Pressfield.
That was
That was your first one you ever told me to read. Yeah.
That was a life-changing moment for me.
Yeah, it's a
when
good
you
one.
told me about the War of Art. And I want you to talk about this because we were at dinner, you, Kelly, our producer, myself, my fiance, and we were talking about possibly going into business together, Kelly and I. And you mentioned the War of Art. There's never a good time to do it.
The universe is always against you.
Yes.
There's always resistance, right? Whether you want six-pack abs, you know, or whether you want to start a business or launch the new iPhone or have your studio, right? There's always resistance against you.
Yeah.
And as artists are people that are creative, you know, not necessarily just, you know, with a pen, but, you know, you're an artist, Scotty, whether you know this or not, right?
And here I thought I was just going to be a nude model for artists. Draw me like your French girls, Jack.
Just like that. But at the end of the day, you know, so there's always this opposition.
Yes.
And when you actually just dig deep and you say, you know what, I can like reverberate at a higher order. I can like really put out something positive into the universe. Then you have to put in the work. So it's about doing the work every single day
and making your way in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that when you do that, and I know I mentioned this before, but you know, that sort of stuff is what's most important, I think, in the art. So like being creative and then doing the necessary work, and that's where you're instrumental in that because you come to play every single day.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I bring it every single day.
You have to when you're working with children. You have to be able to rev it up and do
A
that.
players like working with A players. I work with Scotty. I work with Kelly. I work with these guys. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it is
and
the
that
same
and that's
thing.
the sort of company that I hold you in. Like I always know, I'm like she's kicking ass. She's kicking ass, taking names. And
yes, I love it.
But
I'll get there again.
But-
there's no doubt in my mind that
but
I'll
you're
get there
doing
again.
it out of
but
passion. You're doing it out of love,
Exactly.
and you're getting paid, which you need to.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, there was a time during COVID where I started looking. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I'm too old to work at the Gap. Plus, it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm like,
Is the Gap out of business?
Yeah. Well, no, they're nowhere around here anymore.
Well,
I think Rochester's
They
the
are.
closest.
Yeah, I
Everything's
think that
gone,
is,
even
yeah.
the outlet. So I'm like,
It's,
okay,
yeah.
well, what am I?
Where am I going to get my Cheetos from?
I know.
Exactly.
Does anybody still make Cheetos?
Yeah,
Chinos.
yeah. You can
Remember
get
there
them
was
at
always that
Zara.
fight between khakis and chinos?
Yes.
Khaki is the color, chino is the pant.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
but at
That's
J.
a
Crew,
Banana
I worked
Republic
at J.
thing.
Crew, and they called them only chinos.
Yeah.
And I would love when people would come in and they think they're everything. They'd be like, "Do you have any chinos?" I mean, literally, it was a gift. And I tried to keep a straight face, and then I'd do that bitchy sales girl moment. They're chinos.
I love that moment.
Yes, that moment is the best. That moment is a gift.
I love that
Do
moment.
you know what Chinos means in Spanish?
No, what does it mean?
It means Chinese people.
Oh my gosh!
Does
so,
it?
so now
swear to God. So
that
one
is the
time
racist, most racist thing I've ever heard.
But it's
Yes.
true, though.
Yes.
Well, one day this guy asked me, he's like, "Well, what's Chinos mean?" And I goes, "Chinese people."
Yeah. Well, now the more you know. This was one of the more you know moments from
Learn
NBC.
another language.
Yes.
So, anyways,
You'll
I
see
couldn't do
stuff.
that.
Yes.
There's no way.
No Chinos for you.
No chinos.
No,
for me.
well, I think a lot of
Or
us did
do you
sit
have any
back.
black pants?
Oh yeah.
No,
No.
not a one.
Yeah, not one for you. I'm
Beat it.
sorry. We don't have pants for the wait staff. But that being said, I think what is great that people need to remember is support your people that you
Please.
work with. Come. Support Shades of Orange. It's a fantastic organization. What you guys are doing is great. What you've done for the community is great. Support
thanks.
your restaurant. Support wherever you can. Support local.
You have
support
to.
You
And-
do.
And what you're doing by supporting Patty, you're investing in your kids.
Exactly.
Because it's the best education. I'm telling you, parents, go out there, reach out to her today.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to see your kids' eyes light up after every session they spend with Patty.
Yep. And as we always do, we will have the links for all of that information on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
And
so
Patty,
look for that.
Website?
What's your email address? Yeah, website.
Shadesoforangestudio.com.
Ooh.
ShadesOfOrangeStudio.com.
You
We
need
will
a
have
jingle.
that posted as well.
ShadesOfOrangeStudio.com.
Yeah.
I've never
yeah.
tired of the name either, right?
Shades
Yeah.
of Orange
Isn't it
Studio.
so
It
weird?
really is
Remember when we were
fantastic.
trying to think of a name? Way back when?
Yes.
And then you're like shades of orange, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, "Yes, you dummy."
Yeah. If I was in Kentucky, it would be shades of blue.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, Joe wanted it to be shades of chinos, but that didn't work. The pants. The pants. Yes.
I believe they call that kahaki.
Yeah, kahakis. Yes. And that's where my bitchy sales girl moment comes in. They're khakis, sir. Do you need a fitting room?
I used to sell the shit when I worked out at Banana Republic.
Yes.
I would like sell to women like you wouldn't believe.
I believe it.
I'd say, like, let me get you a fitting room, and then I'd put them back there, and I'd start making suggestions.
Just keep bringing.
Well, did you ever have? I have to tell you.
I was always like when I was manager, I was like, Joe needs to be on it because I know I'll make the night.
I believe it.
Remember when we used to send things to people?
I didn't need this job.
Oh my God!
I didn't need this job, but I just had every weekend. I had so much fun.
You're
working
like,
with Patty.
well, I'm going to tell you,
and I did buy a ton of Banana Republic stuff,
which works perfect. I'm going to tell you a quick secret, and then we'll wrap up. But you can speak to this, having both worked in retail. I can't tell you how many middle-aged women would be trying things on, and they'd be like, yeah, I need another size. And they would open the door in just their bra and underpants, like, oh, here, like showing off. It happened more often than not. And typically it was the ones that shouldn't show off. Oh, right. It was, but let me tell you, it happens. The things you see in retail, that could be a show in and of itself.
You remember one manager who would he'd like barter with people? He'd be like, "What if I sold you the shirt for like $29.99?" He would do that.
Are you kidding me?
God.
You remember?
I just remember.
It's not a flea market.
No, man, he would do it. We're like at a
How
chain
did
banana.
whoever picked him?
Do you remember it?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not gonna say his name, but I freaking remember. And then he'd like follow, girls to the fitting room back in the day.
I bet he did. He's like, I'm gonna give that to you for free.
Creep with a capital C.
Yeah.
I think he was hooking up in a car with someone too.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh my gosh.
This is all just coming to my head.
Oh my gosh.
The
I haven't even
memories.
thought about that, but now you got me thinking about it.
I could have a drink over that right now.
Okay,
and I should say, join us for a drink tonight. Yeah, Kelly, do we have a location for our Wind Up Thursday? Lacey's, stop by tonight. We will be there having cocktails. Join us there for a quick drink and talk a little retail.
Lacey's love Laura Surway. She's like the dearest friend of ours. And yeah, Patty, you got to go.
Yeah. Patty, thank you for joining us. We so appreciate
You're
it.
so welcome. Thank you for having me.
You are the best. We just love it every time you come to visit us.
Different format here. Do you feel like how it's more relaxed?
Thank God I had 7 minutes to pick the paint out of my nails before I came in.
I literally mowed my lawn right before I came.
I have like paint all over me, and I just threw on. I'm like, oh God.
It's more chill. It's more relaxed. We're gonna probably start smoking blunts. And
yes, it's a more comfortable format. Yeah,
it is. It's awesome.
All right. Good.
Well, thank you for joining us. We will see you soon.
Thanks, Patty.
We so appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Patty Stevens, so fun as always. Talking shades of orange, talking about how we're going to be creative with our kids, because that is the true struggle right now, isn't it?
I'm still laughing over the Banana Republic thing.
That was an amazing story. Can I tell you, I live for that. I think we need to do a retail episode because the stories we could tell, the things you see.
A retail? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you ever saw while working in retail?
I can't even say it on the air.
I know what I saw. It was the day that lady jumped off.
Oh, that happened.
The suicide?
Yes.
There's like 3 suicides, like all pretty much like in a row that happened within a couple of months of one another.
Do you know, my friend actually was working one day. She was working at Bath & Body Works in the mall, and somebody had jumped, but their leg got caught in the railing on the 3rd floor, or wherever floor that was. She had to go help the woman get up. She's like, why did you do this? She had to talk to the woman. Can you imagine what a moment that was?
One thing that that my friend, her name was Kate. She worked with me up at Banana.
Yeah,
and I heard someone scream. I'm like, that's weird. It was like a shriek. It was just bad. And then she comes up from the elevator and she just she looks horrified. She gets right out. I remember looking at Kate. Yeah. Her eyes are like saucers. And I go, what happened? She goes, someone just jumped and I saw their face hit the ground. And when I looked at it, it was like their face was like mush.
Okay, we can stop right there. Thank you for that.
Into the ground.
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh my God, Joe. And of course I had to go and see, and I just saw the pool of blood. It was just bad.
Yeah. It's an awful thing. something that you never want to think about,
Then
but
I
it
started
does happen.
I started thinking, I was like, you know what? They should have like netting everywhere. And you know,
I think they have sort of put things up now at this point. Those huge signs are deterrents. They don't let people get to the 5th and 6th floor.
I always said you should have netting, and then what would go with netting, like maybe like some starfish and like make like a whole like seafood motif.
Yes,
for the mall
under the sea.
Yeah, exactly.
You should patent this.
Man, I did.
For jumpers everywhere. You know,
Exactly.
that's not just in malls. I went and took the tour at NYU. I was thinking about going to NYU, and in their big, huge library, it happens there. Students just get so stressed. Yeah.
Cornell?
It happens quite a bit.
Right.
And you know what? That is coming up too. We'll be talking mental health on Dad's Dishing.
Perfect.
All right. So let's lighten up the mode. We have
All
a contest going on our social media pages. We are giving away a signed copy of the fabulous book, Frida and the Frog and the Two Mamas Next Door. That is going through September 6th.
You mean the
Sunday.
one where you're actually
the
on
one
the
that
back
I'm on
of
the
cover?
back? Yeah, that's the one. Of course, we're giving that away.
Yeah.
I should sign the inside too. All right, so that's what's going on. Another thing we have all of our housekeeping notes for the show, right?
I think Frida should make one called the Latin Frog Next Door, and then I can have
You could you could write something like I wrote. This book is so important for people who aren't Latin to see what it's like to be Latin.
Yeah, exactly.
Ribbit. Yes, I love it. All right, so other housekeeping items. Tonight, join us at Lacey's Place. We will be doing our
With Laura.
post-release Dad's Dishing show, or post-release Dad's Dishing cocktail hour. Wind up Thursday.
for the weekend.
Yes, yeah. So we love that.
And then next week is Thomas Edwards Jr.
He is the date doctor. He has joined us before.
You know, he's like the real Hitch.
He is the real Hitch, yes. And
Like-
it's so
like
much
from
fun.
The movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's the date doctor. He gets you
I can't
the
even
woman
believe
of your
this.
dreams.
It's so true. So
Does he
that
do
or
men
the
too?
man. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Or the man. Yes. It's yeah.
Three snaps.
Female or man. Okay. So that being said, he's coming up next week. We're talking dating during COVID.
I
So
wonder
much
if
fun.
he does anything with non-binary people. Like
That is a good
we're
question.
Gonna have to, I'm gonna have to ask him. That.
Yeah, that's a great question because that has become the bigger topic of discussion in the past few years. Something that's never not been there, but we have a better way of describing what that is.
Understood.
Understood. Perfect. That's the show for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Joe, I think so.
We're out.
I think we're out. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Perfect. All right. Good. Was it a good
I was like laughing out loud.
Okay, good.
I
Yeah.
think once you got past the first 5 minutes of post chat,
Yes.
like,
We're like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I'm Joe, and you're watching Dad's Dishing.
I'm Scotty, and you're watching Dad's Dishing.
I'm Kelly, and you're watching Dad's Dishing.
Perfect.